You are turned into DAR Sports Media. The football show rolls on. Another interesting week in the NFL. We still haven't really gotten too interested in college, but we'll be on the college stuff when college things happen. NFL this past week, I want to get some apologies out of the way up front because I'm going to be an asshole for the rest of the show. And unfortunately, I guess it's because Tay knew what was about to happen on this show, so he is conspicuous by his absence this week. But two things we do got to say. Carolina Panthers. I had a lot to say about how last week, about how it was fucking over, how y'all get ready, lined up for the number one pick, going to steal it away from the Miami Dolphins. All this stuff, and then they come out and put a 30-point ass whooping down on the Falcons. And I'm glad that we didn't do this segment last week because I was thinking of after what the Falcons defense did to the Vikings. I was like, hey, Tay, remember how we, did this little fucking talk about how all the Falcons had all these additions to their defense and their defense might be a little bit better now. And then they went out there and that locked them up on the Vikings. I said, whoa, maybe this is happening faster than we thought. Well, not so much. I know it was mostly defensive scoring, special team scoring. The Panthers managed to score 30 points with only 220 total yards because there was so much crazy shit going on. But hey, Panthers rocked and rolled, biggest win in a decade. Good for them. To follow that up, Caleb Williams, man. A lot of people had the Caleb Williams eulogy all ready to go. The hymnals were getting ready to get sung. The singers were warming up. People were taking their seats at the funeral after eating the shrimp cocktail out in the front. And we had to say, hold on this funeral for Caleb Williams' career because he went out, and I know maybe that'll be the first topic that I want to discuss today. Is this Caleb Williams thing turning around, or are the Cowboys just that fucking sorry this year? Maybe I'll ask our man Josh from Brahma Bullpen tomorrow night on the United Football Media. Tell me about it. Are they just that sorry? Also, one more thing while I'm thinking about it. Travis Hunter, 1 catch on 2 targets. They gave him a target for every first round pick they gave up for him. That was going to be the main thing I was going to make fun of Tay for tonight, but his ass didn't show up. He played, I think, 30 total snaps. So instead of being a 2-way player, he's a 0-way player right now. I don't know, man. True. Any thoughts on any of those three things? Or what do you got, man?
I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing on any of that. No. I'm mad Tay's not here. I'm gonna put this out. I'm mad Tay's not here because he was talking crazy in the group chat. He was talking kind of crazy. He was talking about a couple things. He was saying some things in the group chat. Apollo might know a little bit better because I saw they were going back and forth. But I just want to say, week 3, the NFL has been extremely disappointing. Extremely disappointing. And that's not from a sports betting perspective, obviously. I mean, it is, but it's not. But it doesn't feel like we're having a season where things are going in the manner that I was expecting it to go. I can tell you right now, you've called me the mayor of Cincinnati quite a few times, but don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. Uh-oh. After what happened to the Bengals, don't put that on. I don't. I just live here. I just live here. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, I didn't back off. The Bengals got their ass whooped, and it was like the worst possible loss, especially considering the fact that both teams were without their official starting quarterback. Very, very frustrating loss, and that was the main thing that stuck out to me. I will say, I have a thought on the Lions and Ravens game. So my grandfather called me before this game. He said, "Man, if I'm taking anybody to come out the AFC this year, it's the Baltimore Ravens." And I said,
that's because trouble right there.
And I told him, I said, Grandpa, like, I love you. You know, I love him. He's my guy. But I was like, I don't think I believe that the Ravens have what it takes. And he's like, oh no, man, they're probably gonna have a great game against the Lions. And I was like, nah, not so sure about that. And then we get to the game, and it was like 21-21. I think he texted me. He's like, "You watching this?" And I'm like, "Not really," but I was still following enough to see what was going on. And I was like, I don't want to watch it because I know what's about to happen. I know what's about to happen, and what I thought was about to happen happened. It's been no different than the other week against the Bills. It's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over and over and over with the Ravens, and that is to me the biggest story of the week. Obviously, the Chiefs getting a win, big story. I'm curious. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you, Eric, to talk about your boys. Talk about your boys right now. Talk about Mac Jones. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to hear. That's what I came.
Mac Jones. Who?
That's what I came to hear. I don't have nothing to say because I watched the Broncos. Don't even get me started. Don't get me started. This team could be 3-0 potentially. Anyone like, don't get me started, bro. Like,
So
it's just
before I'll go in on the Niners thing, because I know it'll probably get lost. I'm sure Apollo's going to have plenty to say about that Ravens Lions situation. Lions, another one, might have exaggerated their demise a little bit too early, because despite the coordinators going away, 7 sacks and a fantastic offensive performance, especially from Jared Goff, which is another thing I wanted to ask Tay about. See, Tay knows that Jared Goff been listening to the pod and heard him say a bunch of crazy shit about him, and so Jared Goff had to go out there and show him last night, and that's why he didn't want to show up for a week. Sorry, guys. The 49ers, it's the same thing that I kind of said last week, man. That game was so nip and tuck. It was so stressful. It was so much adversity. And the Niners still those are the kind of fucking games that I love to see them pull out. Types of games they would have lost 100 times out of 100 last year. Games that they would have found a fucking way to lose. They gritty fucking wins against divisional opponents who know them well, who have good defenses. They got the job done. Missing George Kittle, missing Juwan Jennings, still missing Brandon Ayuk. Nick Bosa for most of the game. We found out Nick Bosa tore his ACL. Speaking of which, Niners might need to be in touch with your squad there over in Cincinnati. They're true about that little hole that got created. I got a 2nd round pick that's just burning in my pocket right now. Possibly coming that way. So we'll see about that. There's another team that I'm quite familiar with and quite fond of that maybe the Niners need to also be in touch with. That their team down there in South Florida, maybe some Bradley Chubb action. So we'll see. But no, love the Niners win. Loved the fact me and my buddy were talking. We said, okay, over under. Would it have been the 9th row on the left side of the field that Jake Moody would have sent that kick into at the end instead of going through the goalpost? Like when he kicked it sideways, would it have flown into the 9th row, the 11th row? Like what was the over under on that? Not just that it was a win, but the damn kicking game carried us, which it never would have fucking happened with the old kicker. It was a beautiful fucking thing on all fucking fronts. Obviously, you'd like to go out there and whoop the shit out of everybody every week. But to me, being able to pull out these gritty fucking wins despite adversity is just as fucking important, especially to this team after what I saw last year. Fucking ecstatic about what I saw Sunday. Apollo, Giants, Ravens, there's a lot of feels and a lot of things for you to talk about this week.
Yeah. Let me just get right down to it. I'm a little jealous of your 49ers right now. Those are some great wins, just like you said, pulling it out, adverse situations, gritty wins. This is the stuff that makes the character of a football team. But I would love to have that right now as a Ravens fan. All right, so let me get down to it. This was a terrible loss. This is on the level of the week 1 loss. These like the Ravens on paper for the past, I'll say 5 years, have been good enough and solid enough, at least across the board, where you can say that they are a contender, a perennial contender. You know, of course, when you win the Super Bowls, you got to have a good deal of luck as well. You know, it's not just the skill and the talent; it's a good deal of luck. So, but as far as on paper and how the team was built, they could have made it or won it every year, or at least been in the Super Bowl. But with that being said, that's the thing that True is alluding to when he's saying, "I know what was going to happen." The Ravens do this. See, the Ravens, they used to be known for gritty defense, you know, hard hitting defense. Like, you know, this is smash mouth football. You know, now the reputation is the defense. You can run all over them. This is terrible. I mean, James Cook, I know what he had 2 touchdowns. I don't remember off the top of my head, but he had like what? He had a good game.
Yeah.
Quinton Judkins. Yeah, Quinton Judkins. The boy's a rookie. He didn't even practice, and the kid had damn near 100 yards. Albeit, you know, the Ravens still won that game. But I'm just talking about the running game. And then now you got yesterday. I mean, Sonic and Knuckles, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, what? It was like butter. It was like a knife through butter. How they was getting up and down the field on them. And I said this in the group chat earlier, and I've been saying that, you know, amongst, you know, other fans and things like that. Zach Orr is a little over his skis right now. Actually, not just right now. Since he's been the coordinator. I like him, but sometimes you got to really understand when a guy hasn't been a coach before, sometimes when you thrust him in a position like this, it's not always going to work out. Even though he's been on the staff, that doesn't mean he is a full-on coordinator. And I think he's struggling. I mean, they had to bring Dean Pease, they had to bring him in for the offseason to be like an advisor or consultant or something. Like, wow. You know, it's the loss of Mike McDonald was big, and the defense is just not hitting. I mean, Jair Alexander, I had my doubts about him anyway. Like, you know, as far as being a member of the Ravens, he's a good player, but he's not dependable. He's hardly on the field himself. And when he is, he's making a lot of bonehead mistakes. We've seen plenty of primetime games when he was with the Packers. As good as he is, he's going to make some bonehead mistakes too. Game-changing bonehead mistakes. I mean, Marlon Humphrey, God bless him. God bless him. God bless him. He tried. Now he did save one of those from being a touchdown. When he ran down, what was it, Montgomery? He ran down.
Montgomery,
yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, you know, that was all he had. But you know, it's a wrap. Another thing is too. I believe that they have become predictable, even with Kyle Hamilton. He's the chess piece, you know, like last year, at the end of the last year, at the week 11, that's when like the Ravens basically got their defense together. And one of the reasons was having him move around like a chess piece, like the actual Ed Reed. And, you know, I think, you know, teams have been studying that. Like the Ravens are a good team. Like teams are studying these things. They're combating this. They're trying to stop these things. So when they take them out the game and all they got to do is run, you know what I'm saying? Like what do you really need them for? You can take them out the game. So it's a lot of that happening too. Like I said, it's not a lot of blitzes. Like these blitzes are predictable. They're not exotic enough. I think Axe said that in the group chat earlier. Like, come on, man. So real quick before I wrap that up, if you have the blame pie, 85% belongs on the defense, 10% belongs on Derrick Henry for those fumbles.
This is
I don't know
crazy.
I don't know what's going on with him. And he was melting down on that sideline yesterday. I can't forget it. I'm like, what are you doing? You got to forget that because they're gonna have to go back to you. And then on that what was it in the fourth quarter, bro? They needed you that next possession, but I predictably thought they're not going to put him on the field after this. He's so caught up and despondent that John Harbaugh was like, I can't put his ass back in there. One, he might fumble again. And two, he's clearly distraught. He's not focused. And then the other 5%, I'm gonna put that on Lamar Jackson. He had a good statistical game. I've been talking to people all day about this. Yeah, don't blame Lamar. Don't blame Lamar. No. He's getting some blame. He just doesn't. He's not the reason they lost by any means. He had a damn good game. However, it is the moments. It is the moments when you need to rise above that possession. When we needed to get at least a tie or a touchdown, this man was holding the ball. He was doing it in a couple periods of the game, holding the ball too long. What are you doing? Like, and then one of the commentators said he was trying to make a play. He's trying to make a play. All right, you usually make smaller ones than that. Like he was running behind, scrambling backwards sometimes. I'm like, brother, this is not that type of game. These boys are on you. Did y'all see Ronnie Stanley? He couldn't hold up. He was getting destroyed by Hutchinson. And Muhammad. They was killing that boy. It was like a turnstile. So it was like, all right, I get it. But usually Lamar goes up. He goes up into the pocket. Because usually he'll have a pocket that's open, like a little crease that he can just step through. And because he's so slender and fast, no one can catch him. But he wasn't really doing that. Like when it really counted. When he really counted. And that's his fault for that. But other than that, he had a damn good game. It's just a shame that we just keep having these compounding mistakes. But this defense is a problem. It is bad. It is bad. Real quick, the Chiefs got their first win. They better had, or heads would have rolled.
Speaking of dejected and get him the hell out of there. Just Jackson Dart time.
This is Jackson Dart time, babe. Hey, Eric, I'm excited about this. Yeah. I love this kid. Look, he's going to have his warts. I personally think they should have waited until week 5 when he played the Saints. Give him a softer matchup. But hell, I mean, the Chargers aren't infallible, 3-0, but they're not invaluable. Hey, let the kid go in there. Cause look, Dayball and Shane, they don't have time. They don't have the luxury of time. So get the boy out there, see what you got in him. If he looks like he has something, you can get extended another year, and it's a win-win situation. But yeah, Russell got to get out of here. He needs to go home to his family. I love Russell, but we have a long enough sample size post Seahawks where he's a flash in the pan. He'll give you about 2 or 3, maybe 4 good weeks. After that, he'll fizzle out. I mean, I don't know what it is. He just ain't got it no more. He's not structurally consistent. He never was. But at least he had the athleticism back then to overcome it. He does not have that anymore. And then the Cowboys and Bears, real quick, last game. Cowboys and Bears. Wow. Caleb Williams looked pretty good. That Ben Johnson offense looked pretty good. I'm not going to hold you. I was one of the ones that was going to be writing him off soon. Because it's like, man, like you're not disciplined. And
that's the problem. It's the same shit. It's not getting better.
Not getting better. But hey, for what it's worth, CD Lamb, if CD Lamb didn't go down, maybe the game, I believe the game would have been more of a shootout. I believe that the Cowboys would have been able to keep up with them if CD Lamb wasn't hurt. But hey, it is what it is. But he might miss a couple of weeks. They're saying he got a high ankle sprain. That's not good for the Cowboys, but at least they got George Pickens. But yeah, man. And real quick, Eric, you said the Falcons and Panthers game. Yeah. Bryce Young Bryce Young didn't do much, so I'm not going to give him too much credit on that one. But the Panthers as a whole, they played a damn good game. I think this says more about the Falcons and how anemic they are.
Yeah, man. Penix, man. Pen 15 was fucking bad, bro.
If I'm not mistaken, he had a 12-point QBR, a 12.5 QBR, something abysmal. Like, yo, but yeah, man. This was a weird week as far as like kickers and stuff. This is a really kicking centric season in general so far. But this week, it was strange. But yeah, man. That's my takeaway.
Lee fucking Harvey. I am excited to talk to you this week. Oh, I just can't believe it. I've been hearing so much about, this the 85 Bears, the Packers. They're going to go undefeated. They're the juggernaut of the league, even though they got this bum at quarterback. And I've been fucking telling you guys about this dude for years. Packers, pack your ass the fuck out of my face. Got fucking handled by the damn Browns, the B rounds. Speaking of Tay's favorite fucking player, Travis Hunter, and he, like I said, he got 2 targets this week. They gave him a target for every first round draft pick they gave up to get him. Who was it that led the fucking Browns offense this weekend? Quinshon Judkins, one of the dudes taken with that trade, with the picks from that trade. Who was their leading tackler this weekend? Carson Schlesinger, a linebacker that they took with one of the picks from that fucking trade. I'm just saying. Tell me a little something about these Browns, man, and whatever else caught your eye this weekend.
Yeah, man. I give Cleveland all kinds of credit for their defense just hanging in there, even though their offense was stuck in mud for 3.5, 4 quarters. I'm just happy that the pass rush isn't just Myles Garrett. Like, you forgot to mention Mason Graham, who's been great as a rookie. Malik Collins as a free agent wreaked havoc in the backfield. Aiden Huntington made some plays. Grant Delpit, of course, with that interception to get the ball rolling. But yeah, I'm with you there about Jordan Love. He should know that all he has to do, he don't have to do nothing crazy. Just don't turn the ball over. And that made the difference, along with that blocked field goal. But yeah, I'm happy about the Browns winning. I take it any way I can get it, because we know it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard season regardless. So as far as the rest of the league goes, Chicago, they just ran into the right matchup against Dallas, because that was the first time Caleb's didn't get sacked in his career, and he took advantage. And Dallas, their defense is going to go through that all season long, because their general manager thought, you know what this defense don't need? Micah Parsons. And he's going to pay for it all season long.
I mean, do you think this would really be that much fucking difference with him, though?
I mean,
they're getting fucking wrecked.
It wouldn't be games where they just don't get zero pressure on the quarterback.
Oh, it didn't help the Packers against one of the worst teams in the league this weekend.
That's true. That's true.
What are your thoughts looking forward? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say about that last night's game. Like what Apollo said, Baltimore does have a problem defensively, giving up in your two losses, 41 and 38 points. Your supposed number one DB podcasting a day after the loss, saying we lost yesterday, but today's no. I don't need to hear that. Y'all, you made too much money to be having that kind of attitude. I didn't think Matabike and Kyle Van Noy made that much of a difference, but I guess they do. Shout out to the Lions for Sonic and knuckling their way to a W.
I've been trying to tell people, man, Jordan Love in his current configuration, it's never happening. I am not worried about the Packers. Not worried about it.
You know, I hate both of y'all for reminding me that the Browns won, and that Lee had some type of happiness this week. That absolutely, as a hater, it does not do me very, 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 very good to know that you've had success and your team had success this week, Lee. I'm actually very, very disappointed. I'm very disappointed right now. I'm disappointed in the Packers for not doing what they should have done. I mean, honestly, that game, like, I just also want to say to the point earlier that that was made about the Bears. I just want to point this out. Russell Wilson against that Cowboys defense looked like Russell Wilson that went to the Super Bowl slightly.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys defense, I mean, all of us could probably go against the Cowboys defense and put up 250, couple touchdowns at this point. So I don't really, that's just free range right there. A quarterback can go in there and make some money against that defense just because you had a 350, 400 yard night. So, but I will say the Bears, they did what they're supposed to do. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect them to have such a performance like that. But then I thought about it. The Cowboys are dead in the water. It's over. It's over. And nothing brings me more joy outside of the Browns losing and Lee being sad than the Cowboys also losing. America's team. Get that. Fuck that. Damn America's team. Fuck that shit.
Not only has Axe joined us, but he was scurrying around the house. So I know he's fired up. I know he got some shit to say. This fucking Raven situation last night was so fucking deplorable, so goddamn shameful that he had to show up and fucking turn it loose one time for the one time. Axe, what stood out to you this weekend in football? I wonder what it's going to be.
Well, it's a plethora of things. Good to see y'all. It's been a minute, but just starting off with the Ravens real quick. I hate the defensive line. Generate zero pressure. One of the worst rushing defenses I've ever seen. Maybe I got spoiled by Haloti Ngata, Terrell Suggs, and Ray Lewis, but allowing 225 yards, 4 touchdowns, that's fucking preposterous. O-line soft as hell. Can't block for shit. Henry got to get this fumbling issue together. He looking like Tiki Barber right now. 3 fumbles in 3 games. What else? Just frustrating, man. Like, I know we lost to 2 contenders. It's things that can get cleaned up. And the schedule lightens up later on in the year. So I'm still being optimistic. We started off 1-2 last year. But I just hate the lack of pressure. It's a lot of money invested in this overrated ass defense. Marlo hopping on podcasts and shit after getting cooked by Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm tired of that shit. Roquan Smith looked horrible in coverage. He looked horrible attacking the A gaps. And I was talking with Apollo earlier, like the fact that we have no twists and stunts and the blitzes are so predictable. You can see the blitzes coming from a mile away. I'm a casual fucking fan. So imagine like a cerebral quarterback is reading through. Like, you could tell the blitz is coming down here. There's no type of disguise. It's just frustrating. Zach Orr is definitely on the hot seat. Hopefully Harbaugh's in the hot seat too. That's just Ravens shit I'm going to talk about. As far as the other football shit, really impressed with the Colts. Surprised that they're 3-0. As far as college, like I mentioned in the group chat, I really like Trinidad Chambliss' game. I want to see how he does against LSU.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's just been frustrating, this Ravens shit. But we got a nice bounce back game against Kansas City. Hopefully we take care of business. And I'm really surprised that the Vikings whooped up on the Bengals like that. 48-10. I didn't see that coming at all. And I'm surprised the Falcons got blanked. They got to figure that shit out. Penix ain't looking as good as I thought he would have.
Right.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of surprising scores, a lot of surprising teams early on. I think the Cardinals is kind of fool's gold. And I think losing to Mac Jones proved that, like the whole 2-0 thing. They played, the Saints are easily the worst team in the league. They're on the clock as we speak. So I'm not really impressed with the Cardinals early on. I think they're going to fall off. But NFC West.
All you need to know about them is in 2 consecutive weeks, they let the Panthers hang with them with Bryce Young in that operation and then lost to Mac Jones, like you said. So,
yeah. So we're still finding out who's a good team and who's not. Some of the 1 and 2 teams, I believe, will turn it around. Some of these 2-1, 3-0 teams, I think they'll slip because they've had some light schedules. Tampa Bay, they're eking out wins. They're 3-0, but that division stinks. But with Mike Evans being hurt, that's going to affect them.
Yeah, that was a tough loss, man.
Yeah, so it's been interesting early on. I still can't really tell who the contenders are yet. You know, you got Buffalo and the Lions, but everybody else, I mean, Eagles too, of course. But yeah, a lot of teams still looking suspect.
The Eagles-Rams was a hell of I feel like that's not getting enough made out of what that was because the Rams are a damn good team. A lot of people still are picking them over the Niners in that division, and they had a fucking big lead. And then the Eagles all of a sudden decide, oh, I guess we'll go forward pass. Somebody must have fucking given them a notice on the sideline like, hey, the forward pass is not a federal crime. It was actually legalized in the late 60s. You are allowed to fucking use it. And they start throwing the ball all over the fucking place. Well, also, then the Rams got Emmanuel Forbes, the smallest fucking defensive back in the league, matched up against goddamn A.J. Brown out there looking like he's an enforcer in the fucking $1 million corporation, the $1 million man in wrestling and shit. What are you? Well, and then that matchup went
we've seen that movie
threaded it up.
before.
What are you looking forward to coming up this weekend? They're true. True's already indulging in what he's looking forward to this weekend. Apollo, what are you looking for? I know what you're looking forward to. Let's see what this fucking Jackson Dart got.
A little bit, but no. I think the game that everybody should be looking forward to is a battle of the 1 and 2 teams, right? Ravens and the Chiefs. I think that's the game that you absolutely need to pay attention to. Yeah, because that's like this is a game that can make or break either team's season in a way. I mean, honestly, it could. I mean, being 1 and 3 isn't like an end to your year, but that's a tough hole to climb out of, especially for a team like the Chiefs or the Ravens. Really, the Ravens. I don't think the Ravens have started 1 and 3 in quite some time, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that'd be a tough road to climb for them to get out of that. And the Chiefs pretty much stink. They stink. There's just no way to really, really say it. And there's no nice way to say that, but they are very lucky to be 1 and 2 because they went against the Giants. The Giants have Russell Wilson. They stink as well. They just stink a bit more than the Chiefs. So I'm really interested to see that. I was looking forward to the Eagles and Bucks game. I still am. I expect the Eagles to get it done, but then again, I expected the Eagles to dominate the game against the Rams this week, and they had a great comeback win, but it wasn't a dominant win. You go down 26-7 and you make a comeback. There's a lot of questions about the Rams that will have to be asked because of that. Other than that, I mean, I guess the funniest thing is the Broncos and the Bengals play this week coming up, and you already know who I'm rooting for. So, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people. I am hoping the Broncos do not do what they've been doing these last couple of weeks and allow the Bengals to get some form of belief in themselves or some belief that they're going to make the playoffs or whatever. So I'm hoping the Broncos take care of business. Other than that, though, I don't know, man. I guess in a way, Vikings and Steelers will be a game I'm like slightly interested to see, but I don't know if I'm going to watch that game because it's supposed to be 9:30 in the morning. So don't think I'll catch it. But I mean, okay, so it's funny. Okay, the Colts and the Rams. That's a game I'm looking forward to watching. The Colts and the Rams.
Yeah, let's see what these Colts are really about.
Because that's gonna be one of the ones. And I will say this: there's one game that I think has the potential to be the funniest game. The funniest game of the season is the Saints and the Bills. If this goes how I think it might go, and it's closer than it needs to be, I'm gonna laugh my ass off the entire time this game is happening. And if by some chance somehow the Bills overlook the Saints and the Saints manage to find a way to win, you will not hear the end of it from me. That's all. That's all I got. You will not hear the end of that because the Bills are supposed to be contenders, best team in the AFC. If they don't get it done, or if the Saints,
they let one of the worst teams in the league hang with them last fucking week. It's been so long, everybody forgot.
That Dolphins game. Well, I mean, we're not even going. We've had conversations about this already.
That Bills defense is stanky, man, stanky.
But there's a lot of the teams that people think are like contenders or top teams. Their defense, the defenses this year are not looking too hot. A lot of these defenses aren't looking too hot. It could be.
I know a contender defense that's looking pretty hot. Out there in the Bay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Like, all right. You got your one. All right. You got your one. That's fine.
3, but all right.
I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah. You got you. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, I just think this week coming up is going to be a very interesting week. I'm really excited to see the fallout from the Ravens and Chiefs game. Looking forward to the Eagles and Bucks. I think the Eagles and Bucks. Like I said, the Eagles probably gonna win that one, but I think it'll still be entertaining enough because the Eagles they aren't this unstoppable team. They can be beat. You can put them on the ropes. The Rams just had them on the ropes. They struggled to get it done against the Cowboys starting the season, so you can put them on the ropes. You just got to make sure you execute, and I think the Bucks could do that regardless of what's going on. I think they could do that. I think they could still do that, and. Also interested to see this Panthers saga and see what goes on with these Panthers because that NFC South is looking real AFC South to me.
Yeah.
Also, so it's just like it just all looks the same. And wait a minute, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Forgive me. I somehow did not realize who the 49ers play this week. I'm sorry. I'm totally looking forward to that game. I mean. I want to see the 49ers destroy the Jacksonville Jaguars. Destroy the Jaguars. I just want to point out, say this again. Not even doing that. Because even if a certain billionaire out there that just happens to owe me some money did make things right, I still wouldn't wish for the Jaguars to have any success.
Well,
fuck the Jaguars.
Pain and suffering.
Yeah, pain. Fuck the Jaguars. Fuck the billionaires that own them, and anybody who love them. That's how we rocking with that. That's how I end off. And go 49ers in that case. So I can't believe I take that back. It didn't sound right saying that. I'm never gonna say that again. But good luck to you.
They wear the right uniforms for you.
They perfect color. Yes, sir. 49ers perfect
Apollo,
color.
I know what you must be looking forward to this weekend, man. A new day.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna get to the young boy real quick, but the game I'm looking forward to the most besides Ravens and Chiefs is Packers and Cowboys Sunday night. Mike is coming home, well, to his old home, but he's coming back to Big D, coming back to Jerry World, and this should be some exciting play going on. Now I'll put it like this: it's going to be interesting to see if Micah, gets a few sacks on Dak. I mean, that would be front page news. That's going to be on everybody's morning show. You know, what if Dak throws for 400 on the Packers and kind of further debunks this notion that the Packers are better with Michael Parsons. Like, it's so many storylines built in. So that I think that's going to be the most, I guess maybe the game of the week is at least hyping up to be that, but we'll see. Let's get to the young boy, Jackson Dart. They're going against the Chargers. Like I said, I would prefer they would wait at least go against the Saints. That's a softer matchup, but hell, throw the kid right in the damn fire. Let's see what he got. There's nowhere to go but up. So I mean, what if he squeaks out some wins? There's no tape on him. I mean, yeah, he did some work in the preseason, but I don't think teams are chopping up preseason tape that much and like can really glean something off of that, because it's going to be, different play calls and things, being played and being called. So Brian Daboll, we're going to see what he's really made of. He is one of the I guess responsible parties or hands for Josh Allen's ascent to this MVP era that he's in his career. So, all right, can you do it with your own guy? They finally handpicked their own guy. This is what it's all about. This is really how he's going to be judged, Daboll and Joe Shane. So that's going to be interesting to see. I still think they're going to lose, but it's what he shows on tape that's going to give them hope. Yeah. It's going to give them hope, no matter what.
As long as Dart hoops, it'll be a fucking success.
Yeah, like as long as he don't look bad, you know what I'm saying. And with getting the left tackle back, Andrew Thomas. He held up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like this, he's a plus. So that's good right there. Cam Scatterbo. The way this kid runs, Eric. Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't he kind of remind you of Peyton Hillis in a little bit? He's a little smaller, but like the way his running style, like his running style, So, this kid, he's nice. And of course, he has Neighbors, who is just ridiculous. The catch radius on this kid, he's a superstar. So to have somebody young that he can grow with, that's what it's all about. These are usually recipes for success. So we'll see. You got a couple of division games, a couple of winless teams that desperately need wins. The Titans and the Texans. I think. I think as it stands right now, can we say that CJ Stroud may be going down a little bit? The arrow may be pointing down, and
this is the second year in a row.
Yeah, I know the offensive line is terrible as well, but still, he ain't really showing nothing. Like he doesn't have any juice right now. I don't know what it is.
One splash play, that was it.
Yeah, it's like, come on, Siege. But it's always something with these Ohio State quarterbacks. Rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins. But with him, Justin Fields, like it's something about these guys. I just don't feel like they had that it factor. Now CJ looked like it with his rookie year, but where is it? This is, like you said, second year in a row. I don't know. And the other team, the Jets and the Dolphins, they're Monday night, but they're another winless bunch of teams desperately need wins. I think the Jets are probably going to win. I think they're due for one because they at least play spirited. Aaron Glenn has them playing spirited. And real quick, Eric, I want to piggyback off what you said earlier. I don't think the Lions are missing Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn at all.
I don't seem like it, do they?
At all. These motherfuckers are struggling.
Yeah,
they can barely hold their own right now. Right, so they're good. The Dolphins. I'm surprised heads haven't rolled yet. I've been saying it for 2 damn weeks straight in the
Bro,
group chat.
if y'all got 10 days or 10-ish days to plan for the fucking Jets and you
Come on,
can't
man.
fucking pull this off,
Come on, man. Like, it's a problem. Like, I've been joking, but I'm dead serious. I don't know why they're letting Mike McDaniel get on the damn plane after these losses. And Tua. Why y'all letting him get on the plane? Yo, I'm calling y'all here and there. But see, they're being patient, but they're not being rewarded. Like the front office is not being rewarded by keeping these guys. So they need to clean house at this, ain't it?
look, I'm
like
obviously, like I say, I keep most of this for old Dolphins matchup over there on dolphinstalk.com, but I will just run one little stat by y'all real quick. Ollie Gordon and Devon Achane combined was averaging 5 yards a carry, and they called 21 runs. Meanwhile, 36 attempts for fucking Tua. He had 145 yards.
Jeez.
And had the game in. Fucking interception. So, but
exactly.
Obviously, I'll have a whole lot more to say about that later on this week, obviously.
And one last thing, and not about the Dolphins, but one last thing. The best receiver in the league right now is out of Puka Nacua and Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think. That's all I want to say.
Don't tell that to the Cardinals, because they were feeling the pain of who might be the best receiver in the league right at this moment. Because that man had 5 catches in one drive on the last drive of the game. Could not be fucked with. My guy Ricky P. Jeff Axe.
Yeah, Ricky.
He made a play on Sunday, bro, where it was a
he did.
It's so often that you just accept, especially wide receivers. They act so often like if shit isn't completely fucking perfect and they just can't do their fucking job. And we just have grown to accept that and them just doing stupid shit like that. Whereas Ricky P on 2 plays, he ran a deep, like a 12-yard dig. And when he got to the top, he leaned into the corner who was playing man and then angled back towards the quarterback when he came off his cut, like to create that separation from leaning on him, and then came back to him to show the numbers. Like, people just don't do shit like that, man. There was the deep pass. I'm pretty sure it's the one you were referring to. He couldn't see it. He was in the sun and it hit his face, and then he got his hands up fast and caught it. But that's you got other receivers throwing their fucking arms up at their quarterbacks because the shit's not completely fucking perfect, and they act like they just can't do nothing with it unless it's absolutely perfectly thrown. I saw that on Thursday night. Ricky P's out there making it happen for the quarterback, making plays. That's what's called making plays. I have to make a play real quick. What are you looking forward to this weekend?
I'm gonna just show love to the college side real quick. We got some good matchups. The Bama Georgia game, I'm intrigued by that. Get well soon to John Mateer from Oklahoma.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Yeah, he is probably like QB1 out of this overhyped draft class. There's a lot of dudes they've been hyping up, they ain't it. Notre Dame also might be interesting too, because Taylor Green's been pretty good this year. Texas A&M and Auburn might be decent. They got to protect Jackson Arnold better than they did last week. Giving up 10 sacks is crazy because they was in that game. Mentioned earlier the LSU Ole Miss game. I think I got Ole Miss because LSU, they haven't really looked that great to me. Like, seeing what Clemson's doing now, like, that win really ain't impressive. And who else? Shout out to Indiana, too. They put on a hell of a performance against Illinois. Beating them 63-10 is crazy. I want to give them credit where it's due. And Oregon, Penn State. I got Oregon. Penn State hasn't played nobody worth a damn. Playing FIU, Nevada, and who's the third team? Villanova. And then going to a bye week. They're going to get exposed. Oregon going to beat the shit out of Penn State.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm in for that.
Yeah. I just want to show love to the college side. Once again, Trinidad Chambliss. He's a hell of a dual threat QB. I was really impressed the past 2 weeks by him. I think he puts on a statement against LSU. I'm glad Florida's struggling. I'm glad Clemson's struggling. Miami, I'm gonna keep it real, man.
He didn't even say it with any swag on it or anything. That's how you know it was fucking sincere. He's like, man, I'm glad they're struggling.
Straight to the point, man.
Sincerity with that shit.
Yeah, Miami.
Like, I just really want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I'm really happy that bad things are happening to you.
Fuck it, they can get the fuck out of here, man. Miami's defense looks better, but yeah, I think we got something for them in a couple weeks. Shout out to Florida State being back. Tommy Costello's cooking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm glad that we looking good. But I'm really interested to see what happens with Bama and Georgia. Bama's gotten it together since we kind of put the hands and feet on them.
Yeah, for sure.
So they can have a statement win. But it's an intriguing college. You already discussed the NFL. I just need the Ravens to bounce back against the Chiefs. And I want to see if the Colts are legit against the Rams. That's my biggest takeaways as far as the NFL. And Vikings, I hope they beat the Steelers. So the Steelers won't get too far ahead. They done got lucky with like a couple close wins. They barely beat the Jets.
Yeah.
And they forced 5 turnovers and barely beat the Patriots. So I'm not moved by their 2-1 record at all.
Well, we hope that you'll be moved by us and all the stuff we got coming out. Look all around. Of course, Axe is always on making things happen over on the Hoop panel for all your hoops information. True and the writing staff putting stuff up on our Medium site all the time. Good stuff to read. Check out our companion piece pod to the Medium site. Last week, we talked about food courts and the stuff that we missed, the restaurants we missed at food courts. It was a great walk down memory lane. Good numbers on that thing. United Football Media, Tell Me About It is back this week, so be on the lookout for it on Friday. Breaking down a new spring league that's coming up. One of the first teams that's announced is candidacy. Also discussing the UFL free agency that's happening this year that hasn't happened before. We're going to break that down. All that and more on UFL Tell Me About It. Look out for me on Dolphins Matchup on DolphinsTalk.com, the #1 place for digital media content about the Miami Dolphins. Me and my guy Robert Burns will be breaking down the matchup, Dolphins versus Jets Monday night. Also maybe a little review of Dolphins Bills. Got some fun little stats all ready to go for that. So check that out if you are so inclined up there hitting with the big boys. And that's also right here is where the big boys play. And that is because word of DAR never stops.